we are going to welcome back to the stage the QiGong master himself. How many of you were here for the first part? You liked it? Yeah, that was good, right? I'm telling you, it is the energy, it is the life force that is creating everything around you. It is the energy, it is the field that is forming matter. And when you learn how to use it, your life gets so unbelievable. So let's welcome back to the stage an unbelievable master, Holden.
All right, let's move some energy again. Let's do it. Are your butts getting tired? Let's stand up. We're gonna have a few chi sessions to end our day today. I'm gonna show you what I was doing backstage, because when you get up and talk in front of an audience, do you guys get nervous a little bit? I do. I used to be so terrified to speak in front of people in high school. I get so terrified, and these are just all my friends in class, and they'd laugh at me because I cower getting up in front of people. So I learned this exercise. It's to get rid of nervous tension, and it's also to get rid of energy that you don't like. Maybe you picked it up from somebody else. Maybe you read the feed on your phone and you felt an emotion. This gets rid of the energy. And I did a post called The 10 Weirdest QiGong Movements. This made it. This made the 10 weirdest power. Yeah. Are you ready? This one's called The Vibrating Horse. Does it sound like a product on Goop? I think it should. I hope she's listening. All right. The vibrating horse goes like this. You're going to send a shiver up your spine. You know how that is? And then you're going to... All right, you ready? You guys got to go for it. It's going to feel good. So shiver up the spine, take a deep breath. Send a shiver up the spine, and then exhale to out through the arms. And that gets rid, it sloughs off old energy. Have you ever seen a horse's skin vibrate? They can vibrate their skin. Fly lands on it, vibrates. Told you QiGong was mirroring the movements of nature. Let's do it again. Inhale. Good, one more time. All right, good. One more, then we'll talk a little bit. Then we're gonna do a whole embodied manifesting QiGong set. Because when you can bring these principles of manifestation into movement, you embody it immediately in the moment. So it's a little bit different. These exercises first, they're called purging exercises. It's a term used in Chinese medicine. There's purging and there's tonifying. Purging means to get rid of. It's like you empty the cup first, and then you fill it up with fresh water. If you don't purge and you have a little bit of murky water and then you fill it up with fresh water, the whole thing's murky. So we purge, doing all kinds of interesting exercises. In fact, they were just talking about longevity. QiGong's been around for 5,000 years. It was called the art of preventing disease and prolonging life. These aren't new concepts. We're just recycling concepts and bringing new medicine, new ideas, a Western perspective into these ancient Eastern concepts. And there's a big convergence happening right now where energy medicine, Western medicine is converging, and we're all speaking a similar language done about and gone about by different ways. All right, speaking of ancient practices, this one is a Shaolin QiGong exercise. They do this one before sparring, before fighting. And it's done to clear off nervous tension as well, clear out old energy, clear out sickness, or it is called pathogenic qi, qi that doesn't feel good in your system. And we clear it out as a way to reset and refresh. So a great way to reset. It's an energizer. It was taught to me by a Shaolin master, and you're going to bring the energy up, and it's a long, slow inhale. And then on the exhale, you're going to, yes. Now it's called dropping the post, like a post drops into the ground. You're going to up onto the toes here, slow, and then you knock your heels into the ground when you drop. So everything drops at the same time, okay? And It's kind of intimidating. You guys look like fierce warriors doing this. All right, are you ready? Here we go. Inhale, up onto your toes, and then, yes, all at the same time. Inhale, letting go. What do you want to let go of? What do you need to clear before you bring in that power? Again, inhale. Now, one after the other. Ready? Three more. Last one. Oh, yes. Good job. Clear. Release. We start fresh. Every moment is a moment where we can manifest power. And what I want to show you in the next series is how to embody a manifesting state, to put these principles of intention setting, imagination, into motion, into movement. Go ahead and sit down. These are things that have been forgotten because we know them intuitively and we come into the world knowing these practices, knowing that we are powerful creators. You forgot something. You forgot something, Dad. So I pretend with her. I come walking out, I get her up out of bed. I'm in my boxers, no shirt on. And okay, it's time to go to school. And I walk out the door and I go walking down the stairs and she goes, Dad, you forgot something. Look down. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot my pants. Oh my God, I forgot my shirt. And she thinks it is so incredibly funny. And we've all forgotten something. And we forget it each and every day. We forget that we are energy. We get hypnotized by the superstition of the material world. We think in terms of form, but really what we are seeking is the formless. We want the stuff to give us a feeling. Feelings are just energy. Emotions are energy. Energy in motion. Energy that moves. There is qualities of this energy and quantities of this energy. So we want more energy. We definitely want more energy. And sometimes what I call QiGong is less stress, more energy. It is a practice of less stress, more energy. Remember from earlier, Qi means life force energy. It is your biological electricity. It is the spark behind your heart. It is the energy in your imagination. You can close your eyes and you can imagine things. Now, no scientist can really explain how that works because there's no light source in your brain, right? There's these lights on stage right here. There's nothing like that in your brain. You can close your eyes and you can imagine. You can create a mental movie. We call that formless energy. In QiGong, it said, imagination leads the mind, and the mind leads the Qi, and the Qi leads to your destiny. Imagination leads the mind. What is the mind? Where your attention is. What is attention? It is mental energy. From formless to form. You think about something, you are already being a magician, using your imagination. You're already shaping Qi. Because you can think about anything in a field of pure potentiality. You can shape this into your dreams and into your destiny. Now, that's the good thing. It's also a bad thing because we're conditioned and we're also hardwired to focus on the negative. We are hardwired to look for danger. And if it's not dangerous here, we're going to look into the future and we're going to conjure up something that might be dangerous. We call that worrying. You worry about something that might happen. And you are watering the garden of that potential reality. So what we want to do is imagine, take your mind and shift it into something else. One of my teachers said, I brought a friend of mine to class, and we were meditating, and this friend again, that kind of whispered over to me. He said, hey, I don't think I can do this. I can't meditate. And the teacher called us out because we were whispering back and forth. I was like, yeah, you could do it. Just stay. Don't embarrass me. And the teacher was like, what are you guys talking about? I was like, oh, the friend said, my mind is just too busy. And the teacher said, do you know how to worry? And he said, yeah, I know how to worry. I worry all the time. He's like, oh, great. You meditate. If you're worrying, you're meditating. You're just meditating on the negative. Just flip that around and focus on the positive. If you know how to worry, you can meditate. Everybody can do it. Nobody wakes up in the morning and goes, I want to manifest low energy, lots of worries, high stress, and a little bit of depression, please. And unfortunately, you see a society where that is very prevalent. We don't know how to manifest our energy. And if we do know how to manifest, and this is a little warning to you guys, if you know how to manifest, be careful, because you might get what you want. And sometimes when you manifest that perfect job or that perfect partner, it comes with other things. It comes with yin and yang energy. You always have to look at how to work with the energy of what you've manifested. It comes with yin and yang. And I said, QiGong mirrors the movements of nature. We watch nature. How does nature work? Well, when you manifest something negative, or when you manifest something positive that also has a negative, because light has shadows, what do you do with it? Well, in QiGong, they say you learn how to garden. You are a cultivator of energy. You have to garden the energy that you have created. So you have to learn how to compost the negative. You manifest that perfect partner, my soulmate. And guess what? All of a sudden, you have conflict. You have differences in opinions. How do we work with the energy? How do we let go of the negative, bring in the positive? How do we clear the stress, right? You manifest that perfect business. Everybody who's an entrepreneur has lots of things that they shoulder, right? How do we let go? We come back to the moment and we face life with relaxation and effortless flow rather than stress, tension, and tightness. This takes training, this takes repetition, this takes relearning and reshaping how we've patterned our energy cultivation. We are all cultivators of energy. And if you look out in your life, that is the garden that you've grown. And if you look within yourself, that is the garden that you've grown. Now, I teach my kids some manifesting exercises. And I have 3 teenage daughters. And I said, guys, let's sit down. And I want to do something positive with them. So I said, let's sit down. Let's hold hands. It's our breathing. And I said, okay, now my intention, I want to bring QiGong out into the world. I want to bring healing energy out to the world and help people to understand that they are a powerful force of healing within themselves. And I said, okay, so we all were going to share our intentions of what we want to manifest. And then my 14-year-old said, I want to manifest a really cute boyfriend. I want him to have tattoos and a motorcycle. And I was like, never mind, guys. Let's watch a movie or something. And my other daughter, I want to manifest, I want to have the best high school party the school has ever seen at our house. So now there's 3 boyfriends. We've had 3 incredible high school parties. And I had to do a lot of composting and QiGong exercise. So be careful of what you manifest or who you teach this to, because it works and it is powerful. They have really great boyfriends, and I've had to learn how to be a really great dad. I told them, you guys are doing a great job of raising me. I didn't know I could show up in this way. Whew. So, thank you. Yes. It's amazing to have these powerful, powerful young women in my life, I tell you. My 4-year-old, she knows how to work me. She really knows how to manifest. Here's what she does. And I want you to take note of this because it works really well. She says, when she wants something, you know how most parents say? They go, give me a cookie. I'm like, what do you say? Wait, you say please. If you say please, more than likely, you're going to perhaps get it. So she knows how to say please, but she also knows how to work it a little better because she's heard a lot of these talks. And I've explained manifesting to a 4-year-old. So this is what she does. Daddy, oh manifesting master, may I please have a cookie? What do you say to that? You absolutely have to say yes. Daddy, my chi master, can I watch a show? Very cute. You should hear it from her. It's hilarious. Her mom's right here. She can attest to how incredible this 4-year-old is. and speaking of stories of my kids, my daughter also, my 14-year-old, she said she still likes bedtime stories, so it's really cute. She's like, hey, Dad, can you tell me a story? I'm gonna go to sleep. And I said, I was tired. I was like, at the end of the day, I just got home from a trip. Dad, can you tell me a story? I was like, and give me a massage. And I was like, honey, I can do one or the other. I can give you a massage or I can tell you a story. And she's like, Dad, I know you can manifest this. You got this, Dad. She gives me like a pep talk. Here's what you're going to do. While you're rubbing my back, you could tell me a story. It shouldn't take longer than 15 minutes. You guys, you got to be careful who you teach these powerful tools to. Because now I'm telling a story, rub her back. And I was like, you're right. I got this. So, and I did. I had it. Came out great. Fine. So, this QiGong is interesting because what you're learning is about working with energy principles. And we're changing states. In QiGong, you go from the inside to the outside. Understanding that anything you want to manifest out here is always an energy you want to experience in here. If you want to manifest your perfect partner, you really want the energy of love and connection. If you want that new job, we want that energy of creativity and abundance. Those energies are always right here, right now. They're always in the present moment. So go in first to then go out. And that is the secret that all of these teachers are talking about, really working and shaping. Imagination leads the mind leads the qi. The qi, the formless energy, then it becomes formed energy. And unseen forces coalesce and conspire with you to make this happen when you put yourself in the right state. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are. You manifest the energy that you are radiating out, that you are vibrating with. You manifest the frequency. So energy always has information to it. We call it a frequency. And the energy of the mind, the energy of emotion, they're all frequencies. And I feel like people, in terms of Gong, in terms of the skill at working with those energies, often it's very confusing. How do we work with these emotional energies? How do we transform one energy to another energy? QiGong says, move your body. Because we live in a universe that is constantly moving. Nothing is static. If you want to embody this particular kind of energy, you need to move your body to align up to it, almost like an antenna. You move and then you feel, oh, there's the energy. So movement can be an incredibly powerful tool to create that energetic movement and embodiment of the practice. So that is kind of my specialty, is how to move the body with intentionality and with power, with energy. There's two words in terms of manifesting from an energetic perspective. And in Chinese, they're qi, that is energy, that is your life force, and yi, Y-I. E means intent, your intention. And the character of intention is a picture of mind, eye, and heart. Your attention, where is your energy going? What are you paying attention to? Your eye means your visualization. What are you imagining in your own mind? And your heart is how much emotional desire you have behind that. So mind, eye, heart, power is the word for intention. Now remember, intention isn't just a concept, it's an actual force. It's an invisible force that you have in the same way that gravity is an invisible force. In the same way that wind moves a tree. What's moving the tree? The wind. You see, oh, the tree is moving. No, the tree is not moving. The wind is moving the tree. The tree is in motion, but it's no effort. This is why also QiGong is called the art of effortless power. And manifesting is very much the same way, the art of effortless power. And there's been some incredible things that have unfolded in my life from manifesting or using E or intention. For example, I wanted to create some QiGong DVDs. Now my kids see these DVDs because I have a garage full of them. They're like, what are these, Frisbees? What do you do with these? You throw them at people? Because they've never seen DVDs. So DVDs at the time, early 2000s, I wanted to make some QiGong DVDs for like Texas and Arkansas and Louisiana. And so I get calls like this, hi, I saw your QiGong on TV. That was the very first call I got. I saw your QiGong on TV. I did me them exercises. My back felt good. Where can I buy it? I was like, this is amazing. QiGong in Texas is incredible. So I have had a PBS show since 2006, and we just did a new one. It's called Your Fountain of Youth, and there's like 13 episodes. So it airs now early in the morning, and people do qigong, and then it's a wonderful thing. Thank you. That will first help you to get clear on intention. The movement is called the archer. Now, the archer is done like this. You usually take a nice wide stance, okay? And you pull the bow, and then you release the arrow. We're going to do it a little bit different, but we're going to do it forward because I don't want you to shooting arrows at each other. Not yet. And the archer has the principles of manifesting. What does the archer need to do? Needs to have enough power behind the arrow. That's called qi. You need enough power behind the arrow, right? And you also need to aim in the direction you want the arrow to go in. Now, what happens when we're manifesting is that we're like, there's my goal, there's my target, but then I just get distracted by everything else. Just distracted, and then maybe we don't pull the arrow far enough. Maybe you have really good aim, but you only have a little bit of qi. It's like, ooh. I thought I was aiming right at that thing. You need energy behind the arrow to get it to hit the target. And you need to be clear of distractions. And when you let go of the arrow, you can't be attached to it anymore. Once you let it go, you let it go. You know, they help me get it back. Right? And so those principles, clear intention, enough energy and power, and that letting go of attachment are key. So let's do an arrow. And remember, Jim was pointing in the room about where's your manic. If you close your eyes and you think about a goal that you have, something that you want to create, and I want you to sense it in space. Where is it in the room? Okay, and now point your arrow at that space, and we're just going to hold the hands like this. Okay, now you can open your eyes and you can look at me. Because we're going to do a fun way. Hey, so you're pulling the bow is going to be this circular motion. You're going to gather qi. And this one's going to come like this to your heart. Heart's desire, enough energy. Okay, so why don't you take your left hand? Okay? And this will be my left hand, but this will be your right hand. We're going to circle like this, wrist cross. Do my mirror image and pull the bow.
Does it matter?
Doesn't matter. We'll do the other side. And we're going to do this. And it's going to be nice and slow. Now just hold the target out in space. That's the field of potential. We're going to pull the bow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you bend your knees a little bit. Feel that earth underneath you. Pull the bow. Embody your intention. Embody your goal. Now, inhale. Exhale. Pulling the bow. Now we're going to release the arrow. Pull, hold for a moment. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Both hands go out like that. Connect to the goal. And then bring it back into your heart. See how it feels? Feel it. It's happening. It's happening. It's right here, right now. It's in your heart. And you push down to the earth. Feel it grounded. We always come back to the earth because it's grounding. Whatever it is you create, come back to the earth, because what does the earth do? It'll take negative, anything excess, and compost it. Let's do the other side. Oh. So this hand circle to the heart center, wrist cross, pull. Yes, you are the archer. You are that fierce warrior. No distractions. Focus. A little bit of fierceness. Breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah, good. And pull the bow. Release the arrow. No attachment goes out. But feel what it feels like to hit the target. Bring it into your heart center. You have accomplished it. What does that feel like? Down to the earth. Now there's a wonderful flow. It's called wrist cross flow. We go like this, cross the wrist. like down across the heart center, down to the earth. Again, it's another one for composting the old and opening the heart to new experiences. Because when we manifest, we have new experiences. So feel the heart open down to the earth. Inhale, nice and soft. QiGong is done with relaxation. That's the first principle of flow. First principle of flow is to relax the body. And what other form of exercise teaches you to relax into it, into the exercise? QiGong is the sunset of exercise, where yin and yang are in harmony. Your body's moving, that's yang, but you're moving with relaxation, that's yin. It's like a sunset. It's this beautiful state that you can get into. But now the heart, safe and protected, we're going to gather energy to the heart. This is called coming home to the heart. You're going to take your hands out in front of you, back of the hands towards each other, and you spiral like this into the heart. This is our inhale. And you meet the energy with your heart, and then exhale. And inhale, and exhale. And spiral that energy in. No, it's like you're swimming through a field of energy. There is energy all around you. You just don't know we're in a sea of qi all around you, especially with like-minded people. It could be extra powerful. Inhale, pull it into the heart. Exhale. Now I want you to feel that you're pulling again your desired outcome, your goal into your heart. I want you to feel what it feels like for that to be here right now. Your intention in the field of possibilities, you pull in that possibility. There's lots of possibilities that we can manifest, that we can tune into, that we can create. Tune into the one you want to create and have happen and experience right here, right now. Now relax a little bit more. Have a little bit, just a little bit of a wave through your spine. Relax your shoulders like you're swimming through water. Exhale and inhale. Breath and body working together, coming home to the heart. Very good. Now bring it in, and I want you to feel like just hold the hands like this. I'll feel that qi in your hands. Often it feels tingling, like there's an electromagnetic field in your hands. Now, with your heart nice and open, ready to experience what it is you desire, because always the heart, this is a wisdom center that guides you towards joyful experiences. But our upper brain often tells the heart mind, be quiet. That isn't the responsible thing to do. You shouldn't have those feelings. You should do what you've been taught. The heart is saying, I want to seek experiences that will bring me more ecstatic experiences, more joy, more bliss. So tune into that. These two minds, these two wisdom centers can integrate. Integrate. First, come to your heart. What do you want to experience? What is the energy you want to experience? It's often joyfulness, peace, contentment, love, and most of all, connection. You want to feel connected. This is the center of connection. They say the heart energy is big. It's where we connect. This was talked about in these ancient texts. Your heart's magnetic field, the energy, the qi of the heart, extends out and connects. And now, from Heart Math Institute, your heart has electromagnetic frequency 15 times or 15 feet outside of your body. And its signatures to you. You can measure it. So feel in your heart. Good, and relax and come down. Good, now go ahead and sit down. These are like QiGong appetizers. They're like little snacks. Because when we put it together into a full class, where we do purging in the beginning, and then we do all these what we call tonifying, meaning you're strengthening your energy. And the idea is to purge out what you don't want, the energy you don't want, and to acquire the chi that you do want. Now in life, it's the opposite. You go out in life and you start to pick up stress and traffic and frustration, worries and money, and what about this and what about that? The mind really likes to focus on the negative. And it also likes to shouldn't have done that, if only, if you could have, right? So once I really saw this very apparently, the nature of the mind. I was driving and I was teaching QiGong at Dartmouth College, but I was kind of a long way away. I was an hour away and I had to drive through the mountains. I'm driving through the mountains in the summertime and it starts to rain. And guess what my mind said? It shouldn't be raining. It's summertime. It started raining, and then it started raining really hard, like a deluge. It's dumping. And I came up to where the GPS is telling me to go. There's a bridge that's washed away. I can't go anywhere because I was like, oh, I guess I got to go left. And I'm going through the mountains, windy road. Now my GPS gone. No signal. I have no idea where I am. And so I see this older gentleman, and I'm assuming it was his grandkids. They're on a porch. It was kind of warm out, still raining, pouring, and I step out of the car. I said, guys, I'm lost. Can you help me get to Dartmouth College? And he says, Dartmouth College, if I were you, I wouldn't start from here. And I was like, yes, spiritual master. I will start from somewhere else. And really, that is the nature of the mind. It always is telling us, that shouldn't have happened. But what? We're in this moment. It has happened. What are we going to do about it? You can only start from here. You can only start from here. And so when we start from here, we become empowered. That's why first steps of meditation practice, get present, then shape the energy with your mind. Then watch how things unfold and manifest. Compost the energy that doesn't feel good to make more room for the next manifestation, and start again and start again. And no matter what it is you're creating, there will be challenges. There will be yin and yang to it. There will be positive and negative. There'll be light and shadows. Learn to work with the energy, and you learn to work with life. Because life doesn't just show up as positive. There's not just sunlight. Yin and yang, the original character, is the sunny side of the hill and the shady side of the hill. Well, guess what? The shady side becomes the sunny side. And then that sunny side becomes the shady side. That is signifying constant change. Constant change. What we once wanted is not what we want right now. We have to be refreshing our energy all the time. That is our practice. That's why we meditate. That's why we shake it off. That's why we come back to the heart. And we recreate again and again, because what is our true desire is to be creative human beings, to create like artists and say, wow, look what I did, right? My 4-year-old, she draws pictures every day. Look what I did. And wow, that's incredible. And every time she draws, she gets better and better and better. So changing your internal energy is simple. You need to move your body. And sometimes it can be really simple. For example, when you're feeling down, what does the chi look like when you feel down? Remember, the chi is the wind and your body's the tree. So when people feel emotions, the wind of that emotions moves their bodies. So when they're feeling depressed, the wind goes, boosh, right? We call it lung chi deficiency. There's no more chi in the lungs. Okay? Just try this experiment with me. I want you to look up, put a little smile on your face, take a big deep breath, and then say out loud, I'm so depressed. How'd that work? Yeah, you can't do it. Yeah, if you want to be depressed, you have to say it like this. Much better. And sometimes there's good reasons to feel depressed. But when we want to shift it, you got to move the energy. To move the energy, you got to move your body. You start moving like we did spinal cord breathing earlier. It's going to change emotions because it moves energy. And so when you smile, right? Smile is a really good way to shift energy. And it's one of the QiGong secrets. It's a meditation. It's called inner smile. So close your eyes. Just get comfortable. Feet on the ground. This is a really good way to end our practice, to end our day. Cultivating positive energy. Smiling is an anti-aging medicine. It's always on your face. You just got to use it. They did this incredible study with baseball cards from 1950s, and they found that the players that were smiling lived 8 years longer than the players that weren't smiling. That's a lot, and that they couldn't believe that the study was true. They did lots of different studies. So when you inhale, I want you to bring a big smile to your face. And when you exhale, I want you to melt the smile into your heart. Just let the smiling energy from your face go right into your heart. And this is an act of gratitude. This is an act of self-compassion. Inhale. Lift your eyebrows a little bit. Smile. Exhale. Relax that smile into your heart. Feel it warm like sunshine in your chest. Inhale. Bring a smile to your face. Exhale. You melt the smile into your heart because you can always manifest feeling good on the inside. And that is what's so important. That is what's so powerful. You are powerful. You can shift energy immediately in this moment, no matter what. Put yourself into a state of gratitude. Big smile. Exhale. Now just feel that warm, glowing light in your heart. Bring your hands to your heart center. Eyes closed. And feel all the gems that you've gathered today. All the wisdom, all the energy, all the smiles. And just sit with yourself in your heart space with gratitude for yourself, for coming to something like this, for being such a beautiful, unique, energetic, manifesting master. Feel that smile in your heart. It's always with you. When you see your own beauty, you will be the idol of yourself. And relax, hands down. All right. Why don't you give somebody sitting next to you a smile around the room? It's fun to share those smiles. And when you smile at them, raise your eyebrows. That's a little extra cheat. It changes the energy. Try it. Smile. Yes, you got it. Yeah. All right. We'll talk about eyebrow raising tomorrow. I'll be back again after lunch. We'll do another session. You guys are fantastic.